Alright guys, TouchCrib back again today with an unexpected double upload, but we have to continue this discussion surrounding the GA org beef that's gone down today. The Twitter drama has absolutely been kicking off over the last couple of hours, and this really stems from Atlanta FaZe deciding that, look, they don't care what the rest of the community and what the rest of the pro community has to say on gentlemen's agreement in the org. They've been using it for the last few days. They've decided that, look, the event is only a couple of days away. We're not happy with this being GA'd. We're going to practice against amateur teams if pro teams won't, won't let us scrim them, because we don't agree to GA it out of the game, and we're just going to play this weekend regardless with the org in our back pocket, and we're going to see what the other teams like about that indeed. So this is incredibly exciting, to be honest, because I'm sure a lot of you guys, as you said in the comment section below in earlier's video, they're like, look, this is very frustrating from the from the community perspective, seeing the pros behave like this on social media and effectively just run the scene and decide what they're using. We were talking about the potential that you could bring in some former pro players, maybe get TP, Karma, Swanee, I don't know, like Merk or something, to have some sort of community or some sort of committee that decides what GAs are allowed and what GAs are. We're going to talk about that a little bit today, but mainly surrounding the potential that Atlanta FaZe bring this to this weekend's event, because that is a very exciting prospect, to be honest, for us to be watching at home with pro teams potentially having to go up against this when they're not really used to teams defying GAs, right? And it does make a very exciting prospect. Rambo said earlier on, this year of CoD GA has been a perfect example why the players should not be in control of the rule set. The fact that a few teams are tossing around new things they want on a daily basis 9 months into the game without thorough testing or good reasoning is pathetic. And Paddy P says, I disagree and have no bias. A huge weapon update 9 months in that should have happened in month 1 is the root of the issue. Players trying to come up with a solution is a normal reaction, and obviously there are going to be differing opinions. Thanks to Martin for pointing this out to me. So with that being said, this is where Abizi starts chiming in. We need an amateur team scrim right now, and we're using the org, so bang my line. And he follows up with this one, or at least EasyMac follows up with this one. Well, at least we've only been blacklisted by 8 teams. Going to be a fun weekend. So they've decided, like, the org is staying in the game. We're not getting rid of it, at least for now. The Priest did talk about potentially GAing it after this weekend, but there was a clear frustration with him using it for several days, and now being at the point where the pros decide to get rid of it just a couple of days before the event. Not very happy with that one, and clearly the rest of the FaZe clan team also agree. I was being reasonable and just said we're going to use it this weekend since we've been practicing with it for a few days, and then after the event we would be down to not use it. Pretty fair to me. We've been grinding and practicing with the org for 2 or 3 days, and then we don't agree to the GA 2 days before an event. They try and blacklist us, say they're using everything versus us this weekend. This is the entertaining part, right? The fact that FaZe are going against this GA, the rest of the community or the rest of the pro community are trying to implement, or at least the majority of the pro community are trying to implement. Other teams are going to potentially bring out the big guns and, break their own GAs, and we're going to have chaos on the map. And that's something that, I don't know whether the CDL and will address this on stream, but it's definitely something that I will be keeping my eyes on. I'm sure you guys will be as well this weekend. It's going to be a fun weekend, everyone, so get your popcorn. There was this discussion with Scrapser implying that the org is certainly OP given this clip that we looked at earlier, but as Priester says, this is 1 kill out of about 10,000 I've got. Also, this is a 12 hertz kill, 1,000% or 10,000%. I get killed by M4s like this all the time. Why are we acting like the 10mm MP5 wasn't better than this? But the current MP5 isn't this do it all now, or isn't like this at all now. I am saying the org doesn't take any skill, and the most competitive gun in play will be the MP5 M4 with a slight tweak on the M4. I'm with you on this. Trust. You want to use it this weekend, I understand, because you've been practicing with it 100%. Then we also had this drama, which I found like very entertaining, between TJ and EasyMac. So TJ says over under on Ben Nissan, so like FaZe, former FaZe like management guy, and I think he's still working with the team in some capacity. EasyMac, of course the FaZe coach, tweeting about GAs over and under 25.5. I got the over under. You have a 0.75 next tourney. I got under. I got my job because I'm talented. You got your job by sucking off Crowder. So that was pretty entertaining, to be honest. And we see this from Pac-Man. Pros can roast other pros. This is some mutual respect built in. When others do it, pros look at them like, bro, you good, because you see some of the replies to this one. And I thought this was pretty funny from Octane, to be fair. A lot of the pros coming back at this one. So that was an entertaining thing that went down on the timeline. And as Piper says to finish off the video, over the years, GA's always upset at least a few teams. I never really give my input when they discuss, because I know it'll be a headache regardless of the outcome. I'll just let whatever happens happen and ego chow with any gun. And the very final thing to talk about today then is this that AI points out to me from Aqua. As we talked about teams potentially backfiring on, or at least it backfiring on Atlanta FaZe with other GAs potentially being broken, Aqua shows that he's enabled auto tac sprint, which has been GA'd for a couple of weeks now. And well, the LAG, which is Aqua's team, their first matchup of the weekend is against Atlanta FaZe. So what's going to happen? This could be chaos. I'll keep you guys informed over the next couple of days, but I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts once again on this down in the comment section below. Definitely an exciting prospect for us fans, but I'm sure there's going to be a hell of a lot more drama on the timeline this weekend where this has come from. Thanks for watching as always. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure you don't miss any of the latest competitive Call of Duty news, drama, updates, rumors, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time.